Coach Clarissa, and today we're going to go through a leg workout. So this is one of my favorites. It's very compound, very good movements, lots of progressive overload capabilities here. So we're going to start out with a dumbbell hamstring curl. I love this lying on the floor. You keep your pelvis completely neutral. It's all just targeted on the hamstrings. It's a really great tool to kind of rehab the hamstrings, but also get, some blood flow going. So with this one, I want to work between 12 and 15 reps. It can be hard to learn how to hold the dumbbell here. So start light, work your way up.
So this is a lying dumbbell hamstring curl. So we're going to grip the dumbbell with our feet. It's easiest to do this by placing the handle of the dumbbell in the arch of your feet. And then you're going to just have that balance there on the flat of your foot. And we're going to bend the knees and bring that dumbbell in close to the glutes. So the goal here is to get our hips flat on the floor. You can see mine quite are not, but we do want to try to get that hip bone down on the floor and get all of the anterior pelvic tilt out of this motion. And you're going to bend the knees and bring that dumbbell in. So you should feel this exercise in the hamstrings. Depending on how hard you are squeezing that dumbbell, you might feel it a little more on inner hamstrings. And we also want to be feeling it all the way from the knee up to that hamstring tie-in. So we're really, really focusing on that, pausing at the top of the contraction. That way we can get the most out of it. You should not feel this in your lower back at all. Definitely you should not be feeling it in the calves. It should be all completely hamstring driven. And that is our dumbbell hamstring curl.
From there, we move to a leg press. This particular version is a sled style or an angled leg press. With the leg press, you are able to more progressively overload in a safe manner, right? Because we're in the leg press, we're not gonna, drop a bar on ourselves and die. So with the leg press, you are able to hit higher rep ranges, working between 10 to 20 reps. You want this heavy. You want to provide that stimulus to your muscles so that you can grow those legs. There are, in this particular demonstration, a couple different variations of ways to preferentially target muscle groups. Your whole leg's gonna work no matter what you do, but where you place your foot and how you place your foot can determine which muscle is we're kind of favoring in this exercise. So there's your leg press.
This is a sled style leg press. So your foot plate is going to be at an angle and you're just going to press it up and down. We want our feet in the middle of the foot plate. We're going to target the whole leg. So toes and knees always in line, feet slightly outside the hips. You're going to press through the whole foot. So heel, toe, pinky toe, you want to make sure that core is engaged as well. So you're going to inhale, bring that plate down, exhale, push it up, press through the whole foot. Inhale, exhale, press through the whole foot. So toes stay in line with the knees. We keep our knees pressing outwards. We don't want any knee travel in. And you want to feel this in the quads. You want to feel it in the hamstrings. You want to feel it in the glutes. You want to feel it in the core. You should not feel any knee pain, and you should just feel your legs working. So inhale, and then exhale as you press it away. To target more of the quad, we're going to walk our feet down on the foot plate. So closer together and heels as low as we can get them. We want to keep our heels on the foot plate. So if you're doing this and you notice that you're pressing only through your toes and your heels are raising up, we need to work on ankle flexibility. But we press through that whole foot, bring it all the way down. So working that full range of motion and then press up. So same inhale on the way down and then exhale as you press up. Now to target hamstrings, you're going high and wide on the foot plate, and we're going to load more of the hamstring this way. So we're getting a bigger stretch on the hamstring. You're still pressing through the entire foot. Your heels are not coming up. Inhaling on the way down here and then exhale. So you should feel predominantly hamstrings and more on the glute hamstring area. And that is our sled style leg press.
And then from there, we will move into a single leg squat, a split squat variation using our perfect squat machine. I love this machine. It's really versatile. You can do a ton of things on it. Doing the split squat or reverse lunge on this is really stable, really safe as well. Gives you another variable to be able to progressively overload this exercise in a safe manner. With split squats, I work between 8 and 15 reps each side. Depends on where you're at, where your strength is at. So start low, build it up.
All right, we're going to use our perfect squat to do a single leg squat, so like a split squat, right? You can also do this off of a V squat if your foot plate is low enough to the ground. So we're going to step in, we're going to unrack, make sure that our foot is about in the middle of our foot plate here. We want to hold on, make sure that we're loaded nice and square, contract your core. We're going to press through this whole foot. This is our working leg. You're going to step back. As we're stepping back, we want the knee stacked on top of the ankle. Good. And then drive forward. As we are lowering, you should feel hamstring, you should feel quad, you should feel glute, you should feel core. If we want to make this more quad dominant, we're going to get that knee, so we're hinging closer, bringing that knee forwards. That way we should feel a little more of our quad. And we're going to take and repeat on the other side, so make sure that foot is under the hip. Press through the whole foot, step back, get that knee over the ankle. So you shouldn't feel anything in your back. You should only feel quads, hamstrings, glutes, and core.
And then from there, our last exercise is a squat on the Smith machine, and we're utilizing a band above the knees. This is going to help us remember to push our knees out and help us to engage glutes a little more. With the Smith machine, again, we're in a super safe environment. I know people used to say that you're cheating by using the Smith machine, but it can be a really good tool. So we're targeting our whole leg here, our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes, our core should be working. And we're able to do anywhere between 8, and 15 reps. Again, maybe 20, depending on how you are feeling. Again, you are wanting to make it hard, make it challenging, and trying to increase your weight on each exercise every single time you come in. Or if you're not increasing weight, you're increasing reps. That way we are providing that progressive overload that your body needs to grow.
We're going to do a banded Smith machine squat. So you want to set up to where you have the band positioned below your knees, and then we want to push out in that band, creating tension. So you want your toes and your knees always in alignment. So if they're both pointing out a little bit, and we want feet stacked just slightly outside the hips. You're going to set up just like you would for a barbell squat. So get under the bar, unrack it, get that tension. So when we get that tension, we're really thinking about grounding down through the big toe and then pressing the floor apart with the heels, creating that tension on the band. It's also going to raise the arch of the foot and should automatically help you contract the core. And then we're going to inhale, go down to the bottom of your squat, try to go to parallel, maybe a little lower, press through the whole foot, come back up. So we're really driving outwards, keeping tension on that band, and really trying to keep the whole foot in contact. So on the way down, on the way up, having good contact with the toe and with the heel and creating that tension on the floor is really going to give you a solid foundation for your squat, and make sure that you're using core, glutes, hamstrings, quads, calves, and your feet. You should not feel this in your back at all. You should feel quads, you should feel hamstrings, you should feel glutes, and you should feel core. And that is our banded Smith.
And that is our leg day for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you'd like to give me your feedback afterwards, I would really appreciate that. If you hated it, I'd love to know too. Anyways, be sure to like and subscribe so you can continue to get our weekly videos, and I'll see you next time.